to the mic. Okay, so fatboyradionyc.com.
Whoop.
Porch House is here. He was cooking up a storm before.
Whoop whoop.
Now we got Coco Bella. What's up?
He had the tunes going. He had them tunes. You got them tunes.
You gotta get a little bit closer to the mic.
You got them tunes.
Okay, so before we start this interview, you gotta cook it down real quick. Cook it down real quick. Cook it down. Cook it down. No?
What is that?
Cook it down. Whoop. You gonna do it?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. But
what was that?
I don't know. It's just my own little spin.
LL Cool J thing?
Yeah, you know, it can be. I'm a retro girl. I'm a 90s chick, so that was just real throwback. That was a 90s movie.
Can you move up a little bit?
90s movie.
I just want to hear your voice.
Damn, do you want me to just lick the mic too? Like,
Or Josh, take a picture. Okay, we got Coco Bella in here.
Whoop.
She does a lot of different things.
So many different
Can you name the things that you do?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a strong black woman. No, let me stop. You're supposed to laugh. That was okay.
You didn't laugh at my joke when I did it. Okay,
bitterness. Okay, I'm a songwriter and MC. I sing a little bit too. You know, I dabble. I'm a creator. You know, I make music. You know, I played piano for several years and the cello, and we could get into all of that a little bit later. But I'm an artist and musician. I'm a photographer. I've been doing that professionally for about 3 years, but I've always had a camera. I was basically born with a camera. My dad did it professionally, and my mom was a model, so I came up, you know, with a real, like, artistic...
So it's in the blood.
Yeah, very artistic household. I have a radio show as well. Shout out to PNC Radio. Every Thursday, 10 to 12. Sorry for the shameless plug, but I have a show. It's called The Rundown. So big shout out to Fun Life. That's my team, and we get it in. And what else? You know, I promote parties here and there, you know, and, you know, I'm all over the place.
So you're real retro. So can you tell me about this outfit that you have on?
Oh, did you get it all? Did you get it? Did you get it? Do you love it?
When I saw the Instagram, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, you want to battle? Like, I can't do with some... Nah, I'm just lying. Okay.
I definitely would. I would definitely describe my style as retro. I'm very influenced by 90s style, so I love like Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, TLC, Lauryn Hill, Gwen Stefani. I mean, Stop Me Whenever. Khalees. How could I forget Khalees?
I love Khalees.
So yeah, we'll stop at Khalees because she's like my number one.
How do you feel about her? How do you feel about her ever since she left the Neptunes?
That is such a good and interesting question. You know, she had a real synergy, like a real rare synergy with the Neptunes that you rarely get a chance to see with artists. And I feel they really understood each other and it worked. And I think ever since she left, I don't feel like her as an artist, before this last album, because this last album was perfection. But before that, I don't know if her music seemed as complete as it did when she was with the Neptunes, but she's still been making great music.
What was a lot like? I've been listening to Kaleidoscope a lot because they have a lot of dope songs on there.
So many.
Especially had that video that was based off on The Nightmare Before Christmas, I think it was.
Oh yeah,
the one she was floating. It kind of scared me a little bit though. It did scare me.
Yeah.
And also she had Hate You So Much Right Now.
Yes, and that was a really big one.
The woman plays and the male's around. You should run. That's very scary song. Do you listen to that a lot?
Yeah, I still listen to Kaleidoscope all the time.
No, I'm talking about the Hate Me So Much.
Oh yeah,
it's often.
No, I'm not a man hater. I love men. Shouts to men. Shout outs to all the men.
That was a trick question. I just wanted to make sure because you know I was just checking. If you said that you played that a lot, I would have been like, yo, you gotta go. So explain your name, Coco Bella.
Wow, that's another great question.
I know, and rolling right now.
It means more than one thing, actually. You know, Coco is, you know, the chocolate plant, and Bella is beautiful, or is it beautiful or pretty in Italian? And I don't know. I love Italian culture and I love Italian people, and like 3 of my best friends are Italian. Cars? I love Italian everything. Italian men, Italian food, Italian cars.
So if you're Italian...
Viva Italia! Okay.
So have you ever spent any time in Italy?
Yeah, it's a good question. I spent time in so many parts of Europe.
Good questions.
So many parts of Europe, but not Italy. My dad lives in Europe, actually. But
how's the healthcare out there?
See, we get all off the subject. Let me just bring it real.
It's just so interesting.
We'll bring it back real quick to Coco Bella. But yeah, so that's like the literal meaning. But like when I was growing up, like dudes always used to be like, "Hey yo, chocolate, hey yo, chocolate," because you know I'm dark skinned.
Chocolate.
So, you know, yeah, and people associate right there. And finally, my parents are from Ghana. I was born here, but my roots, you know, are in Africa. So big shouts to Ghana. And that was our biggest export outside of gold, was cocoa. And it made us, you know, a very rich and prosperous nation. So big shouts to Ghana and the cocoa.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you, before we take a little break into one of your songs,
Ooh.
I want to talk about your mixtape, T3 Reloaded.
Yes, sir.
So, like, what was the process of just creating this mixtape?
Well, it's actually kind of like a sequel to my first project, which was Triple Threat Tragedy, thus the T3. That's like, you know, not Terminator 3, but Triple Threat Tragedy. So,
you come back from the future? You try to kill me?
It's like I revisit some of the songs. It's like some of the songs are remixed, rehashed, and then I recorded a couple new tracks. And, you know, so I improved upon the wheel, you can say. You could almost say.
Yeah, so that was... what the hell was that?
It's so good they had to play it 2 times. Oh, really wasn't it?
Yeah, I had to just kill you. You were just a little bit too happy. Remember we were outside talking. I was like, I got to feed off the hate, yo.
I know.
So I was talking to Coco Bella in the back, and she was like, yo, she want to take over Fat Boy Radio. And I was like, nah, not Coco. No, don't do that.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good with my joint.
Yeah, you're PNC Radio.
Every Thursday 10 to 12. Every Thursday 10 to 12.
It's the second time, yo. You know what this video, because I'm going to edit it up.
Oh, damn.
No,
see you.
No, I got you. I'm not
King
hating.
Hate. King Tut, King Hate.
Huh?
That's King Tut, that's King Hate. Yeah.
Boo.
Way back in the day.
Boo. Okay, so back to Coco Bella. So I see your website, Cool Crew World.
Yes,
I have to say that slow because I don't want to mess up. Why would you why would you name something like that? It just has like
alliteration's good. I mean.
No. Okay, so Cool Crew World. So what is that all about?
Well,
I see you on Global Grind. I see you all over the place.
Yeah, you know, that's an interesting story actually also. I started off as a journalist, and like years ago I interned for Don Diva, and then I started freelancing. I did some stuff for Ebony, and you know, I did a little PR work for J Records, and I was moving, but I wanted like a real staff position as a writer, like a real contributor. So I started like knocking on the doors of Vibe and Source and all the outlets, and nobody was giving me a chance. So, you know, a few years of that, out of frustration, I started my own blog, and I said I'm going to have something where people can get fashion, politics, music, everything in one place, and it's all like high-end cool shit, and it's all the street relevant shit, and it's just everything in one place all together. And that's where it came from. Like, you know, the world is cool, the world is cruel. Like, I'm showing you all aspects of it in one place.
And how long have you been doing this?
A little over 3 years.
And what's been the response to Cool Cruel World?
The response has been amazing. I have a huge following in like Japan and parts of like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and Europe. Like, I get emails from people, and they tell me, you know, I've never been to New York, but just looking at your photography and some of the events you cover, I feel like I'm there, you know, and I appreciate it. And I mean, it's very humbling to be able to do that, you know, have that ability.
So back to music, like, who are you influenced by? Like, what is in your iPod right now? 5 things.
My taste of music is so eclectic. First of all, I want people to understand, like, I'm not just a rapper, you know. I'm just a music lover. So, you know, right now I'm listening to like Simon and Garfunkel and Alanis Morissette and Green Day and Hole, and I'm also listening to like Mobb Deep, and I'm listening to like Black Moon and like 90s old school, like obscure, you know,
like
hip-hop.
Your iPod is very diverse from what you're telling me.
It's so diverse. I don't listen to a lot of current music. Like, if I'm watching TV in passing, I'll catch it, but I'm very much influenced by like retro, like stuff that just happened, you know, in the heyday. I'm very influenced by that.
Talk about your rapping career. You haven't been rapping for more than a year and a half, right?
Well, like a little. It's been a little over a year now that I've been like going hard.
You've done all these different things. Like, I've seen you at shows in Queens.
Yeah,
I've seen you all over the place. You're about to go to Southwest by Southwest.
Yes,
I'm kind of jealous.
South by Southwest. Yes, that's.
You have a show down there, or you just going there?
I have 4 shows.
Oh, okay.
Down there.
High five.
So we're doing it big in Texas. Yeah, I'm very excited about that, actually, because it's like my first year doing this, and I did a CMJ, you know, event with Audra the Rapper and Rich P. Big shouts to Audra and Rich P. That was crazy, you know, and now to do South by Southwest is really, like, humbling. I mean, it's just been amazing. The funny thing about music is a lot of people knew me as a blogger first and photography, so they feel like maybe on a whim I just said, hey, let me just do music. But that's not really it. I mean, years ago I had pursued it. And I even got as far as Star Trek was interested in me, you know, and I talked to their A&R and stuff like that. But shortly after that meeting, you know, they disbanded from Arista and all sorts of stuff was going on. So people like me that weren't even on the radar really were just like, you know, whatever. And I don't know, I was very hurt by that experience and it kind of discouraged me. So I just stopped music and I went.
How'd you get over that?
Well, I left music and I went to journalism, and you know, through my blog and you know, going to Fashion Week and going to a lot of concerts and photographing people and having peers that have that dream that I had too, it inspired me, you know, like if my homegirl that I talk to like every other day on the phone could have the boldness to do that, you know, then why can't I? It's not that far from my reach, you know. This is everyday people make it, you know. It's not just like a chosen one. Like, if you really have the drive and the talent and persistence, you will make it. You will.
And I like those words. That's why a lot of people, she's just on a different level. You guys might be the same. It's just the amount of work that you really put in.
That's it. I mean, we all have the same opportunities. It's just who's bold enough and determined enough to get them, you know, and go for it.
Now I see why you have a radio show. Dropping gems like that, yo.
Yeah, you know.
Coming out with a book soon?
Actually, yeah.
How did I know that? I feel like we're so in sync.
I am coming out with a book, but probably within the next 2 years. Like memoirs. It's going to be juicy, guys, because I have some real juicy guys. And I'm naming some names, so a couple people going to be upset, but it's all good.
I don't want to make this comparison.
It's all good. Shout outs to Remy Ma. She's going to make the book.
Whoa.
Talib's gonna make the book.
Like, what? Can you give us a scoop? Like, what are you saying? Nothing superhead type-ish, right?
I'ma just say it's nothing too crazy. It's just that, well,
I don't know. That you give me the too crazy face right now.
It's nothing too crazy. Just keep your eye out for that book, though. Woo! Yeah.
That awkward moment just happened.
I don't want to talk too much about it, guys. You know, you just gotta stay tuned. Keep up with me.
Okay, so we're just gonna play this song. I'm gonna try to grill Coco just to give you some of this information. I got it for you when I come back, yo. I'm gonna see if I can just embark on this mission right now. What's the song you want to play?
Adult. You know, if she was underage, I'd get, you know, the big concern. But she's a full-grown adult, so is he. You know, people make mistakes, and there's regular, ordinary people who've been in domestic situations and made up and gone on with their lives. So you might not never know that, but it happened.
So you're going to be talking about that in your book, Chris Brown, Rihanna scoop?
I'm not, but you know, I've dealt with domestic violence in my life, and I've dealt with that in relationships, and I'm definitely going to address that in my book, and I'm not one to ever go back or, you know, entice that. But I'm not judging anybody for that decision either. Because, I mean, you don't know. You're not in her shoes, so you can't judge her.
I got a big-ass question right now. And I just want you to tell me truthfully right now.
Okay.
You don't have any dirt about me in the book, right?
Oh, gosh.
I just want to make sure.
No.
I don't know. You've been watching me all my life. Just watching me messed up.
No dirt.
Yo, I'm going to tell you, if I'm in your book, it's over. I'm not the type of person you want to play with.